Hello friends, and welcome to today's video where I show you how to draw this cute little winter bunny with some Inktense pencils. As you know, Inktense pencils are one of my favorite mediums and a medium that I love to use also here on my channel, and I love to show you kind of my learning process and kind of journey with these pencils. And bunnies happen to be one of my favorite animals, so that's what we are today drawing. And I wanted to also give you another kind of winter art or winter nature art scenery, so you can see also and get some tips and tricks how to paint snow and how to bring some interest to your winter time or snowy time nature art. I will have all the colors that I'm using on this video listed in the description, so you can check out which colors I use. And if you are interested in finding out more about my kind of winter Inktense palette, I have a separate video on my channel where I give you kind of more detailed tour of the 24 pencils that I like to use this winter season. So I will have that one also linked in description if you want to check that one out. Before or after watching this video. The sketchbook I am using today is Hahnemühle's Watercolor sketchbook. You know it, I love this sketchbook, especially for Inktense or near cartoons, any kind of these kind of water-soluble mediums, be it watercolor pencils or crayons. This is my go-to sketchbook for these. And the brushes I am using are by Holbein. These are their synthetic brushes. I just really enjoy using these for different crayons and watercolor pencils, and I think they work really well with Inktense. But I mean, do your own research and see what works for you. It's not up to having specific supplies, but actually it's much more about finding what works for you. But just wanted to share my supplies in case you are interested. I will start by kind of sketching the little creature and adding a first base layer of color. And at this point I am using the water brush or the brush with some water very loosely. So just building the first layer of color, and we can then start adding more details to this later. This is what I love so much about Inktense pencils, because you can easily kind of create a nice blurry background or base layers, and then it is very easy to also add very fine details because these keep their sharp point really well. Also, I think this video is very good for you if you are someone who is wondering how to use Inktense pencils so that they don't feel too overpowering or too intense. And you can see me here kind of playing with amount of pigment that I put down on paper. In some areas I just have very little pigment and lots of water, and that way we can get these almost like transparent washes. And then in other parts we want more darker lines. That's where we add more pigment and maybe more precise line work as well. For the background of this little picture or sketch, I wanted to just add some kind of trees, or maybe give an impression that this little furry friend is in a garden, or maybe kind of close to a forest. So we will add kind of very loose little background with just some I would say maybe trees or bushes. So that's what we are working for the background. And I'm there also having the same kind of method that I first add lots of water, do lots of kind of loose abstract base layer, and then later on we'll start adding more details. Whenever working with Inktense pencils, I always remember how much I actually enjoy them, and especially when it's so wonderful medium to build layers, and they work so well for nature arts. So I think I have at least now many more nature subject matters in my head that I want to create still this winter. Drawing and painting snow can be a bit of tricky because, most of the time it's white, there might be not so much happening. But if you look closely, you can see there are actually lots of shadows and kind of shiny highlights in snow, and that's what you are working with whenever you are drawing or painting it. So here I decided that it's not overly sunny day, it would be more like bringing these blue shadows visible, and for that I'm using different blues that I've decided to have as part of this winter palette of Inktense pencils. So once it's time to start adding details, at this point, it's always good to remember that even though you have water-soluble medium, for example, these pencils, you don't always have to activate all the pigment. So you can also use them without water. And if you want to add some dark details, for example, it's very easy to do that with Inktense pencils. You just kind of leave them unactivated, and that way you can have a really, really nice end result as well. So this paper also has some texture to it, so that's also playing to our advantage here when we are drawing fur. I'm still mixing together lots of different browns and greys here, and also using some kind of darker pencils to add some details, for example the eye and then tip of the ears of the little bunny. I'm also working here, as you can see, with a smaller brush so that we can have a bit more control and we are not mixing the different colors together so much at this point. I mean, still we want to have some kind of good smooth transitions, but I also want to have some details visible. So this little friend has actually some white fur in its tummy and some of its feet. So that's what we are adding here. We want to add some white and then just a little bit of dark gray. And while mixing those together, we can create the impression that there is some white fur, which is even more difficult, to paint. If you want to have white fur and then some snow, it might be very challenging, but it's about those really subtle little details and transitions of different colors. So that's also what makes this so interesting. Adding some details here, and then we start also adding a second layer of color to the background, to the trees, so that we can give them a bit more interesting look as well. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see more Inktense pencil videos, or I also have my Inktense blocks and Inktense paint pans, so if Inktense is something you're interested in, please let me know and I'd be very happy to make more videos with this medium as well. On this channel, I usually share what I'm inspired to create, but also, of course, I want to create and be able to inspire you. So share your favorite mediums with me and I will do my best to include them in my upcoming videos. Here I am adding some final details and some interest to the snow as well. And as you can see, the sketch is coming together really nicely, so it's just about some details. I was very happy with how this turned out to be. I think it captured exactly the kind of cute little winter scene that I wanted to draw and sketch this morning. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope that this video also inspires you to create some art. So maybe you are using your Inktense pencils or other water-soluble pencils, watercolor pencils, or whatever is your favorite medium for today. Just, the important thing is to keep on creating and enjoying your art journey. If you have enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, and please give the video a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Lots of fun new videos coming your way still during December. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon, very soon, in my next video. Bye for now.